Welcome to Business Connection. I'm Liz Spencer. Hey, we have an old friend in studio with me now. It's John Norman. He's owner of Design Resource Center. You are certainly well known around the community. So John, thanks for stopping by.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, I think a lot of us know you, but I don't think we really understand what Design Resource Center is. So tell me a little bit about it.
It's funny you mentioned that. I think I've explained it to my family, my parents, everything, what I do, even my kids, and a week later they'll be like, "What do you do, Dad? You know, what is that again?" Yeah. Design Resource Center is a strategic branding and package design firm. And what we do is we create solutions for our clients, specifically in package design and retail. So anything you see in a grocery store, hardware store, the packaging that you're looking at is what we do. And we do that through a variety of means. We start with consumer insights. We do a lot of research. We do a lot of audits and go find out what competition is doing. So if we're designing a new breakfast cereal, we'll look at competition, what they're doing, and what's working well, what's not working, and look for areas of opportunity. And then we'll bring that and create a strategy.
I think most people think when you're branding, you're just kind of just all sitting around doing goofy ideas,
Yeah.
and they forget the research component that's so important.
It really is. It's how you communicate your product or your brand to the consumer, and really what motivates the consumer in the first place. I mean, someone going to buy cereal for their child might be totally different than someone who's very health conscious and wanting to find a cereal that is gluten-free. So it's really understanding what the brand is and who their target audience is, and then creating a visual platform, a hierarchy of information that really communicates that clearly.
And how important, I mean, is brand these days? I think we hear the word and maybe we're just more aware, but it seems like we're all very brand conscious.
We are, and it's so overused. I think people have a misconception of what brand really is. Boiled down, it's your personality. It's what people think of you. It's how they judge you. So whether you like it or not, you have a brand. And if you don't create a brand, people will create one for you. So it's important. I think when people think of brand, they think of a product.
Right.
You know, and that's it.
Right.
Apple.
Right.
You know, or
Coca-Cola.
McDonald's. Yeah.
Right.
But it really is your personality, individual or package.
Well, and all of those, the three we just named, all do have a personality, and that we associate ourselves with if we're saying we're an Apple person or we're a Coca-Cola, but they all have given their products a personality.
They have. And it's hard to change that personality because people will define it for you, like we talked about. You look at some of the other retailers that have gone through tough times. They've tried to rebrand themselves, and they've had a real struggle. People perceive them as one thing, and to change that perception is very difficult to do. So.
Well, I think that sounds like a really neat job, John.
It is. I love it.
And you told me off camera that you have always wanted to do this.
Yeah, since I was a little kid. I always loved the arts and Bewitched. I used to love to watch Darren Stevens, you know, come up with these ideas. And went to school for visual communications and had no idea that computers would be coming in the scene. But I just love every day of it. Yeah, it's not like work to me. It's really... it's a passion.
Well, and that can just translate into so many things. Like, you are so involved in the Naperville community, even though a majority of your customers are probably not Naperville-based.
Right. No, they're not. But my partner, Chuck Bokar, and I decided at the very beginning, we've been in business 23 years, that we were always going to give a % back to the community and to charity. So. And that's a passion of both of ours, too. We love giving back and love getting involved in the community, so it's something that we encourage our employees to do, too.
Right,
so.
And you're involved with the Chamber of Commerce and Rotary. And I know with the Chamber you often share your knowledge with different seminars on branding. And I think that's so helpful because whether you're branding for a package, which is your specialty, which I'll probably never look at a package again the same. I'll be like, I wonder if John's group did this. But it's also, as we've talked about, it's branding yourself and what you do here.
Absolutely. It really is. And it's so important in everything you do to really put your best foot forward and go for your passion. I mean, that's what I tell my kids and my employees and everyone is, if you don't go with what you're passionate about, you're never going to be happy or do your very best. So don't go for the big buck. Don't go for the big, you know, whatever, big pipe dream. go for what you're passionate about. And,
But it sounds a little bit like it's a life lesson.
yeah,
It is.
it is.
When people are thinking about branding and that, what are some of the three main tips you kind of give off the top to think about? You know, okay, you want to brand yourself or your business. What are some of the things you say, okay, do this first and then think about it?
Well, I think of the business end of it, so I'll kind of go there. It is really identify who you want to communicate to.
Your audience.
Who is it you're talking to? And then what message do you want to get across to them? And then how can you do that in a very simplified way? People start creating a resume or a package or a brochure, website. They want to put every piece of information they can on there, you know, 10% less, you know, everything they can.
Right.
The best thing to do is find 3 things that you want to communicate, because people don't remember more than that. So what are the top 3 things? And then make a hierarchy of information. So that first thing should be the most prominent. It should be the biggest thing that you're communicating. The second is secondary, and then tertiary information. So I don't know if that answered it, but
Yeah, no, it does, because I'm thinking that today people have such an opportunity to brand themselves and that through the internet, that the internet has changed branding. It has changed it over so fast. A brand does not have the standing power that it used to.
no, it doesn't. It's changing fast, and people are finding they have to constantly reinvent themselves. But you know, the biggest piece of advice I could give is be honest, because people see right through it. And once you lose that brand promise, people will know that forever. So just be honest, be straightforward, and it'll work out. It'll work out great.
I think, John, I think that you've applied that all to yourself and to Design Resource Center, because though we may not have a lot of packaging business here in Naperville for it, you certainly make a big impact on Naperville, and we can't thank you enough. I want people to know that when they watch Spotlight on Naperville, John and his team helped us come up with that new set that's going to come up in this month. So that's exciting. Again, it was one of those things of just fresh eyes on some tired old set, and you were just like, bing, bang, boom. And if you watch Naperville News, you can also see John's work there. So, John, I can't thank you enough for your help and for your contribution to the community.
Oh, thank you, Liz. I've really enjoyed it. I appreciate it. Thanks.
We'll be right back with more Business Connection. Stay tuned.